We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. Off we go from Pittsburgh. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. They go right back to Taylor.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. On play action, Richardson, and that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, they know what's up. Please, I never gave up. All I know is going to get this damn bread. Don't go against the grain and taking off your damn heads. I'm running up this door, I almost broke my damn leg. Got her broke, they damn weird. Them little mama better, but they diamonds on me fight. Nick and Reese, Icatina, Orange, Richard Mill on me dancing just like me.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, here's Stroud. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man complete to Johnson. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Steeler first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Again, and here's Johnson. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Michael McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Stroud. He connects with Jordan Addison. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the carry, this is Tyler Algier. Oh, he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He'll swing this out to Johnson. He's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw, Stroud. He's got Frymuth open on the left side. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Steeler first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Johnson.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back to the Steel City after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll try the right side with Johnson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's a 2nd and 12. To throw is Stroud. We'll look underneath here for Johnson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Now Stroud. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He's taken down just shy of midfield. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of shotgun, Richardson. Open man, his tight end, Tyler Warren. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Another run here with Johnson. Past midfield to the 45. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On first down, it's Stroud. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Johnson. A short gain, down to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. One more time with Johnson. A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Colts nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Open man, that's Alec Pierce. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 54 yards.
And the Colts first down.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. From the gun, Richardson. Flushed to his right. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. He gets free. Accelerating toward midfield. Still going. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown Steelers. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike, not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley, he's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
Makes the score Steelers 17, Colts nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Richardson to throw here on first and 10. Flush to his right. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. That is T.J. Watt. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Downs goes in motion. Throwing on second down, Richardson. That is caught downfield by Pierce. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 24 on that one. That's good for a Colts first down.
First down, Colts.
Throwing, Richardson. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
That one complete to Pierce. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
Here's first and 10. In motion comes Pittman. On first down, it's Richardson. That one knocked away. And it's incomplete. Rasul Douglas there to break that one up.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
16-yard line.
Richardson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Spencer Schrader comes on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Schrader's kick is good. And the Colts are on the board just before halftime.
And at this point, they need all the points they can get. So kudos to them coming away with 3 before the half. And I think they're going to need an overall better performance offensively going forward if they plan on pulling off this second half comeback.
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Why you all in my face? Take it out of my face. You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Algier. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. DeForest Buckner brings him down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stroud. And this will be incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ended up being a wasted down.
3rd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That
big hole left side. And he will score. Touchdown. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed it. I mean, this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. And they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Trying the left side, it is Johnson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stroud. To get this to his tight end, Freiermuth. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And how about that? His first career catch also becomes his first career NFL touchdown. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers move out to a 24-10 lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Richardson. Forced out wide. And he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hustled out of bounds.
Just getting anything out of that one, I think, is impossible. It looked like he might have to throw it away early. Instead, he pulls it down. He winds up picking up a yard.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Richardson gonna look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And some nifty running on the return. Some good yardage before he was taken down.
30-yard run.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That's complete. Calvin Austin. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Austin. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Again, left side here for Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On this 1st down, it's Johnson. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Stroud. This one complete to Washington. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Now, Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's clear from that 3rd down call, Mike, that they had already made up their mind that they would go for it on 4th down. Figured they still have that extra down in their pocket. On the defensive side of the field, now is the time to continue to be aggressive.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This from 40 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
In motion is Warren. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the give, it's Johnson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
2nd and 12.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll go again with Johnson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, it's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll run here without here. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Johnson. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. He'll try to run, and it's Johnson. And he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up fourth and goal.
No gain on the play.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a fourth and goal try.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal.
19-yard attempt.
This, about as short as you can get. Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
We'll go play action. It's Richardson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Colts first down.
First down. It's a gain of 10. And the Colts first down.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, Richardson out to his right. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of shotgun, Richardson. Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Well, third and 19, no problem, as they convert for the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Richardson. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one, and it'll be second down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.